you to just focus on your breathing. And as you focus on your breathing, just check whether the air is going from one nostril or both the nostrils inside as you breathe. You're not doing yoga here, you're just watching. Just make a mental note of it. Watch how the air is going inside your nostrils, into your throat, into your chest, and how your chest expands as you breathe in and it goes back as you breathe out. And as you take a deep breath, also feel if your abdomen is moving with your breathing. Is your chest moving? Abdomen moving? Are they both moving? Are they moving simultaneously or alternately? Just observe. Observe as if you're on the ceiling of your room and you're watching yourself with your eyes closed going through this session. And if there's any tightness in your body, just scan from head to foot. If there's any tightness, just kind of loosen yourself. You can relax your head behind, but keep your eyes closed. And as you relax more and more, focus on all the sounds in your room. Make a mental note of them. Maybe it's the fan sound, the AC sound, or any sound, my sound. And then focus on all the sounds from outside the room. Make a mental note. If there are any thoughts in the mind, watch them. Just watch them. Don't battle them. Don't stop them. If your mind is getting distracted, let it get distracted. Just watch where it is going. Watch it from outside. And as you do that, now imagine you're on the roof of your room and you're watching yourself. You can watch or imagine you're watching yourself. Everybody can imagine. Everybody may not be able to visualize, but everybody can imagine. Just fake it. Imagine you're watching yourself. Imagine the room furniture. Imagine the color of the walls. Imagine the color of the sheet or the sofa on which you're sitting. Imagine all the things in this room. And as you imagine that, imagine you're going out of the roof, the ceiling of your room, out of your house. And as you go above, imagine as if you are watching a Google satellite picture. You're watching down your house, your building, your lanes around the house, the cars, the people. Just imagine. It's okay to imagine. Everybody can imagine. And imagine you're going still higher up and you can see your whole city. You can imagine seeing your whole city. And you're going still higher up, higher and further up. And you can imagine seeing your country, and further up you can see the whole world, and you're still going higher up, and imagine you can see the beautiful blue planet Earth. Just imagine. You can imagine the geography book and the color of the planet you had seen. That's okay. Imagine you're going higher up, further up, and you can see the solar system. You can imagine the solar system, the sun in the center and the planets going all around. And you're going still further up, crossing the Milky Way, the galaxies and stars and galaxies, and further and further and further on. And you're out into the space. And as you feel you're in space, enjoy that light feeling and the free feeling. If you're feeling any sensations in yourself, feel them. Enjoy this silence. And whenever you feel comfortable, just open your eyes, bringing this quality of silence back with you inside your room, in this group. Good morning. Please come back. Good. Dr. Rupa went off to sleep. Okay, so she's back. Yeah. So, guys, this is a very simple exercise. You should do it whenever you're feeling like out of sorts, whenever you feel your pain in the body or somebody else is a pain in the wrong place in your life. Just do this expansion exercise. This is called as an expansion exercise. Okay, just imagine you're growing bigger, bigger, like that you can go, or imagine you're at the ceiling of your room and you're watching yourself below and go higher up and become bigger and bigger. And then you can imagine the other person to be smaller and smaller, your problem to be smaller and smaller, your pain to be smaller and smaller. Just try doing that. It helps. Okay, now with this quality of silence, let's try to understand what we are doing here today. Today is the second death anniversary of my father. And incidentally, I came to know today is also the day in our culture where we kind of remember all our dead and the gone people, the ancestors. And it's not only for human beings, mind you, it's also for our pets. It's also for so many other live things. But actually, if you see, it's for all live things. It could be a dead furniture also. Yeah, it could be your dead pencil, your dead slipper that you threw away, but that's not really dead because they all have life in it. And it's so nice. It's actually a celebration. It's a celebration of something that's eternal, that never dies. We remember them. And this has nothing to do with religion. Please get this right. This is not aligned to anything in the world. It is just for you to remember with the attitude of gratitude all our ancestors. That's it. You want to do some rituals? Yes, you can. My wife said, let's light a diya. So can you see this diya here? That's nice. You may not. You can give food and sweets, and people cook the favorite food of your parents on that day and distribute. You can do whichever ritual you want. The idea is not to, the idea is not to become superstitious about it. Don't make it a routine or a ritual out of it. The idea is to have fun. The idea is to remember the gratitude, because all these things are not going to them. So don't operate out of fear. Operate out of a thanks. And now, why do we need to thank our ancestors? I was just reading Ishita's post today on Facebook, and it was so nice what she wrote. I thought I will share in the class that today is a Amavasya, some Mahalaya Amavasya, okay, or a new moon. And on this day, usually the fresh crop of this season comes. So that a crop is nice, what the farmers used to do was the first offering they would give to the ancestors. Same way we do it, that when we cook food, the first offering we give it to a crow or something like that. It's the same feeling. The idea is to remember the ancestor. Not that the food is reaching there. But don't you think it's a good thing, because so many animals and poor people get helped in the bargain? Otherwise, maybe you would have not done it. So this is a good way. It's a good service to the society. See it that way, logically. See it that way. Okay, so there are so many such rituals which are there. You can, you may not. That's not really important. The intention with which you do is very important. If your intention is to honor the ancestors, you can just do it without anything. Without anything. Okay. So keep that in mind. The intention behind anything that you do in life is very important. So, since why do we really honor our ancestors? They are dead and gone, how does it matter? So, if you really see logically, I'm talking cognitively, okay? Everything is cognitive here, what I'm talking to you about. Human beings are here since 20 million years or maybe more, okay? Now, as they went through experiences, when they felt cold, they started wearing the skins of animals or leaves, etc. Then they wanted protection, so they built the homes. And as they went on experiencing, they learned how to communicate with language. So every ancestor of ours, through his or her experience, handed something down to the next generation to make their life more easier. So today, don't you think your life is more easier because of what they went through? Let's talk from right from the first person, our ancestor. So that's the beauty that we need. And just for that, don't you think we can thank them for the telephone? We can thank them for the Zoom. We can thank them for the chair we are sitting on. We can thank them for the AC. We can thank them for the home. Though it's raining outside, it's cold, it's warm, we are having a nice time. So just for that, can't we thank them? So that we didn't have to go through those experiences to discover, to invent, to make our life easier. So I thought, why not, with that intention in mind, thank them? Of course, they were not perfect. Our ancestors were not perfect. Neither are we. Like my son says, I wish I had a better father because I cannot live up to his expectation. I also thought my father never lived up to my expectation. When he was there, I used to fight with him so much. But out of 100 times, 2 times I was fighting, but 98 times I was very thankful he's my father and mother, isn't it? So maybe you all went through the same things. So on this day, we thank them for all the good things because we don't see the brilliance and the niceness behind the so-called bad things. Maybe because of the bad things, I do a workshop called as life purpose assessment. In that, the bad things turn out to be your stepping stones to success. Oh, my father didn't give me enough money when I was small. So then it made you independent so that you started earning early. Oh, my father was very strict, he disciplined me. But today that discipline is working for you because it's helping you succeed, because you're meticulous. You never know. So those things which were a pain in your ass that time, now they actually become stepping stones to your success. Those what were hurdles before are now your stepping stones to success. So just for that, it's a great idea to connect to our ancestors today. How do we do it? Very simple. They can't come down here. We'll go up today and meet them. Manju Bandari is laughing. Okay, so we are not going to leave our body and go there. Okay, the idea is it's all in your imagination, and the language of the mind is imagination. You may believe it, you may not believe it, doesn't matter. But lot of closures occur here. Lots of completions occur here, which we are going to do now. Many times, don't you feel that this is because what I've got from my ancestors or my family or my lineage? Because I also do family constellations. So I learned a lot about family systems and those hidden rules which we operate upon. Now, whether Rupa likes it or no, if she looks like a father, because I know her father. Now, that's not her choice. She got it from the family. Let's say Geeta Jagasia is very good with her digital marketing. Now, maybe one of the parents was techno savvy. Maybe they were very good with those small radios. You never know. You never know. She got it from there. So, what I'm trying to say is there are certain hidden rules, hierarchies which are running in our families, and we are operating out of them. I'll give one common example. In family constellations, I realized in one of the constellations that I was doing that a person was never able to go abroad. His visa or something would happen and it would get cancelled, though he was very eligible. And it came out in the constellation such a funny thing. He says, I am a devout Hindu Tamil Brahmin. And in my entire lineage, it is thought that we must never cross the 7 seas. Can you believe? Now, he doesn't believe in that. He's a PhD and he has traveled all the time. But thinking of going and settling there abroad, this was working at the background and preventing him to settle there. All he had to do was settle this with his ancestors. So a lot of ancestral beliefs, our word, our promises, vows, etc., oaths that we have taken and given them are working in the background. They're helping us because our subconscious mind only wants to help us to live what we believe. Consciously, we may not be aware of it. I'll give you an example. Maybe a daughter in a childhood saw her grandmother losing her husband, her grandfather going away, dying. And she saw that grandmother's always crying, and this little girl, 7-year-old, says, I will never leave my mother alone. Now, this is the same girl. Later on, she's forgotten this. She's kind of given she's taken an oath, maybe, by herself. And later on, she's the most eligible girl. She's well educated. She drives a car. She's a doctor. She's earning well. And she's not able to get married in spite of being so beautiful. Why? Because deep down, the psyche says, when you get married, your mother will become alone. You see, these hidden intents are working in the background, and then we curse ourselves. I don't know, my naseeb is bad, or my destiny is not good, etc., etc. Or the universe is, playing the truant with me. Universe has no problem with us. For the universe, we are too small to interfere in our lives. It wants to give us everything. We only block ourselves. So whatever we want to achieve, and if we are not having it, the only person who's between that and me is me. So let's kind of de-link ourselves today, connect to our ancestors, and release some vows, curses, and oaths, and promises, binds, words, etc. And just our intention is enough. Do you want to do that? If yes, just show me a thumbs up. And it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. Maybe you're not aware of it, but saying it can relieve a lot of, if I may use the word, burden. So just close your eyes. Just sit relaxed. We'll do few processes. You can remove your specs if you want. And just focus on your breathing, expand yourself. You know how to do it. Go to the ceiling, see yourself there, going higher up, 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 out of your building, out of your city, out of your country, out of Earth, out of the solar system, out of the Milky Way, out of the galaxy, out into the space very quickly. As you go there, just relax. If there's any tightness in your body, release it. And keep going higher. Keep going higher, 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 till there are no thoughts. Keep going. Keep going higher and higher and higher and higher, till there are no thoughts at all. Keep going higher, till you see no colors, no thoughts, no people, no faces. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Take your eyeballs right up. And hold your eyeballs there. They'll keep coming down, but just hold them. And as you do that, just say, I invoke my ancestors. You can say it in your mind or you can say it loudly. I invoke my ancestors, all the dead fetuses, all the aborted babies, miscarried babies, all those who got lost in the Kumbh Ka Mela, all those who got lost, all those who died an unnatural death, all those who did not get a decent death ritual, all who did not get a decent death ritual, all those who were thrown out, all those who were thrown out of my family system because of any reason, all those who were murdered, all those who committed suicide, I invoke all of you. I hereby include you. I hereby include you in my family system. I give you your proper place with respect and a lot of love. Your position is honored. Your position is honored. I return your burdens back to you. Now think of your mother and father, even if they are alive, okay? Whether they are alive or not doesn't matter. Think of your mother, father, grandparents from mother's side as well as from dad's side. So there is a mother, and behind her are standing her parents. There's a father, behind the father are standing his parents. Dead or alive doesn't matter. Now tell them, I return your burdens back to you. I took them on because I love you. I thought I would make your life easier. I thought I would make your life easier by carrying your burden, by carrying your burden. But that's not correct. I now return it back to you, honoring your destiny, honoring your fate. I return your burden back to you, honoring your fate. I may have had difference of opinion. I may have had a difference of opinion with you. Irritation, anger, feeling that you were not up to my expectation, feeling that you were not up to my expectation. of giving me love, of giving me love, money, or a lifestyle that I wanted, or a lifestyle that I wanted. But the biggest gift you gave me, but the biggest gift you gave me was of giving birth, was of giving birth to me. And I realize that you could never give me what you didn't have. I now realize that you could never give me what you didn't have. You could never give me what your parents never gave you. You could never give me what your parents never gave you. I acknowledge my negative feelings that I have for you and your shortcomings. And I will live with them. And I will live with them if I cannot resolve them. But I thank you for giving me birth and life. But I thank you for giving me birth and life. My upset feeling with you, my upset feeling with you does not mean that I do not love you. Just imagine you are bowing down to your parents. Just bow down. Maybe you can just bow here physically also, your head down. And as you do that, just tell them I release all your energies back to you. And I take my energies back from you. And imagine some colors, some vibrations, some lights going from you into your parents and from there into their parents and into the family systems. And some lights, colors, vibrations coming from there into you. Just focus on which part of your body they are going in and coming out from. Just keep focusing from head to foot. Let this process get over. It gets over very fast. And once it gets over, when you feel intuitively, you will know when these lights, vibrations, or colors, or just intuitively you feel, okay, it's done. You can open your eyes and take 3 deep breaths through your nose and blow out through your mouth. Slowly, yeah. 3 deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth. Or if you wish, you can keep your eyes closed. It's up to you. So in family systems, they say more than 90% of the families are dysfunctional. So if you feel your family was not the best one, don't worry, you belong to the larger group. And if you think that your parents were not perfect, no problem. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. And remember what your parents used to tell. Once you have your children know, then you will know. Oh, haven't you heard that statement? Yeah. So many things happening in our life which we don't like can be happening because of so many vows, curses, oaths, promises, and binds that we have. So let's acknowledge them and see what we can do with them. So just close your eyes once again. So once again, think of your parents. But remember, you have to expand yourself and go higher, higher up. Go into space. You have to go near the line of the bardo, below the bardo to meet them. They can't come to the human form, but we as humans are very lucky. We can go up there. We are very fortunate. So close your eyes. Imagine you're on the ceiling of your home, out of the roof of your building home, going higher up, further up, out of the Earth, planet, solar system, Milky Way, galaxies, out into the space, going higher, higher, higher up. Roll your eyeballs up till there is no thought, till there is no face, till there is nothing. Keep going up till there are no colors. Sometimes you see a pink color. Go through the pink color, but sometimes you see a deep blue color, don't go into it, go by the side of it, go higher up, right up till there is no thought, till you are in a quiet space. And once you're there, once again, just imagine your parents there. Even if they're alive, dead, doesn't matter. Imagine your grandparents, imagine your ancestors. Kind of see a huge queue behind all of them. And as you see them, just repeat loudly or silently in your mind, I acknowledge all the vows, curses, oaths, promises, binds, word that I have given, that I have received knowingly, unknowingly from my family system or my external universe, or my internal universe, of all that I am, from all that you are, which are blocking my good health, happiness, harmony in my relationships, professional success, financial abundance, and me being an infinite being, living my life to my fullest potential, walking my life purpose in my easiest and effortless way, being a contribution to myself, others, and the universe. I acknowledge all this. I accept all this. I accept the learnings associated with it. All this is my soul's temple. My need for this is my soul's temple. My resistance to be free from all this drama is my soul's temple. Now just look into your parents' eyes or grandparents' eyes or the family system or any ancestor who comes in front, just in your imagination, whoever is there, look into their eyes. And as you look into their eyes, just try to kind of dip into that emotion, what you feel there. They will speak to you through feelings. Check what are they trying to say. Maybe you could have a chat with them and they will send you thoughts and you will just know it. Just trust it. Have a chat. Tell them what you want to say. Hear what they are trying to tell you. Have an interactive chat. I will leave you with that for some time. Take your time. Sometimes just looking in their eyes, the conversation will happen automatically, even if you don't understand. It's your family system. It's always available to you. Tell them, I'm going to keep in touch with you. In fact, they are more eager to communicate with you rather than you wanting to communicate with them.
That's why I agree 100%. Yes.
Slowly, just thank them once again and tell them, please see me with love.
Please see me
Please
with
see
love.
me with love. Love, I wish to live. Tell them,
Wish
please
to
see me
live.
with love.
Yes,
I
I
wish to
wish to
live.
live. Please see me with love. I wish to live. Please see
You
me.
are dead and gone.
You are dead and gone.
I wish to live.
I wish to live.
You go where you belong.
Go where you belong. You go where you belong.
I will remain in touch. And slowly open your eyes. It's a very calming exercise, and you can do it anytime. All you got to do is just expand yourself, just invoke them, and you can speak to them. And sometimes you can get some amazing information and inputs. A
therapist.
may tell you that this is just your mind. That's also okay because we are connecting to another part of our mind. And if there is oneness, then it is my mind, their mind, it doesn't make a difference. You're connecting to the wiser part of your mind from where you're getting rich metaphorical inputs. And if it makes your life better, use it. One thing that I can tell you is uh, why we chose this particular day, because this one day at least we make it a point to remember them. Ideally, it's just like Valentine's Day, it doesn't mean that you love your beloved only on that day of February. You love them all days, right? So for a spiritual person, all days are Valentine days. Same way, all days are days of what is today? Pitru something, Sarva Pitru, whatever, Amavasya. So all days are days of ancestors, all days
Pitrupaksha.
are days, Pitru Paksha, yes. So all days are all good days only. You can connect whenever you want. They are waiting to communicate with you because you are carrying their family system forward. So they are very indebted to you. Okay. Good or bad doesn't matter. At least you're carrying the lineage forward. That's cool. That's cool. That's a big, big thing you're doing. Only honor them by not carrying their burden. It's their shit, they will clean it. Our shit, we will clean. That's what they're teaching us. But out of love, we carry their burden. We shouldn't. We have to
What's
honor
that?
their fate and we have to honor our fate.
And what's carrying the burden?
What's carrying the burden is, I know who's asking.
Me, Narendra.
Yeah. Okay. So what's carrying the burden is, let's say one of the uncles was a schizophrenic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the olden days, somebody was insane. They were either tied with chains, beaten, or thrown out of the house because they didn't know what to do with them. No treatment was available. Humane treatment was not available.
Mm-hmm.
Or suppose one of the girl of the family got pregnant before marriage. The elders would get together and throw her in the well before the village would come to know, for instance. Now, when you are going ahead in the lineage, unknowingly, maybe it was 8 generations back, you don't even know about it, but you feel bad for that person who got thrown out because he could not earn, or he had schizophrenia, he got insane, or that girl who got burnt alive, killed, raped. What will you do? You feel bad and you say, better me than you. And you suffer on their behalf. Maybe then you invite the schizophrenia illness on you, that let me suffer for you on your behalf. and you do it unknowingly. But of course, this is a huge concept of family constellation. I don't think it's a point discussing here. But we carry burdens of our ancestors unknowingly. If somebody was not successful in the past, you say, okay, I'll also suffer on your behalf. I will not be successful in my life, and I'll show you that I love you by suffering on your behalf. And many people do that. They carry that. In fact, the people who suffer the maximum in the family are carrying the maximum burden of the entire family system so that others can enjoy. They suffer on behalf of the entire family system. So one brother, one sister who's suffering and others are enjoying and happy. They are carrying the burden of the entire family. But actually the family feels this is the black sheep of the family. So actually black sheep of the family is carrying the entire burden of the family so that others can enjoy. But we are not going into that. If you want to read this material, please WhatsApp me your full name and your email ID. I might send you some books on family constellation therapy. Very interesting to go through it and to listen to it. So guys, this is how you can do for your ancestors. Like in my family, you know, the boys don't do well
I have a
successfully.
question.
Yeah,
Sorry
can I
to
just
interrupt.
complete?
Doctor,
Can I complete, please? Yeah. So in my family, there are boys I have seen of most of my uncles and aunts. They're not successful. They're not doing well in money phase. I and one more of my cousin, we broke this mold and we were successful. We are doing well. And just when I thought I was doing well, just few days back, whatever I earned in my entire life, my professional career was taken away in one shot by my siblings. So imagine whatever I collected for the future of my family, my son, etc. In one shot, I had to give it away. Of course, taking more money from somebody else also. So not only that money, but even more now I have to pay back that money. In one shot, it went away. Today was the last date. According to the court agreement, I had to give it. I gave it few days before that. But still, this is a pattern in my family which I'm seeing. This is the burden I'm carrying, which I have released it to my ancestors back. And now I know I'm out of it. I know I'm out of it. Things are moving in a beautiful way. Anyway, these are stories. They're very interesting because everybody's story is very magnetic, very interesting. We love stories. No, we are Indians. We are
doctor,
storytellers.
shouldn't we
So
take back energies from our children and pass it up?
today we are talking about ancestors. We are not talking about children. Okay. So let's not go there. So quickly to tell you, remember to do this exercise. Don't treat it as a Valentine Day only on one day or a day when the Pandit tells you to do, and that is the auspicious day. All days are auspicious. Yes, this is one day when, even if you love your spouse and tell them I love you every day, but on Valentine's Day, it's good fun to wear red clothes, have chocolates, and go out. Yes, do it. It's a celebration. But don't forget the other days. So these days you can remember, but you can also do it on other day, all other days as well. Connect to your ancestors. You'll get lot of backup support. There's a lot of backup support. Ancestral blessing is the biggest thing that you can get. You're just, it's called as luck. Many people have talent. Many people have talent. But with ancestral blessing, you become a world beater. And you will become. It will just come to you and you won't know why. That's the ancestral support which is working in the background for you. So this was what I wanted to share with you. I'll take a few questions.